like to welcome you to the AccuNet Windows 7 webinar. My name is Christy Rogers and I handle a lot of the Microsoft licensing for our company. And today we did a lunch and learn on Windows 7, and due to some technical difficulties couldn't demo Windows 7 to the best of its ability due to some of those unforeseen circumstances. So I wanted to go through today and show some of the things that we didn't get to see this afternoon. One of the things that you'll notice on the Windows 7 desktop is that the icons are the same. There's Notepad, there's your recycle bin, there's your start button. That looks very similar to XP, very similar, well, not as much to XP as it does to Vista. A lot of the Vista components that were good were carried over, and they really cut out the bloat and some of the things that didn't work as well. But you'll notice here's your taskbar. Some people call it a jump bar. Some people call it the ribbon. This is all of your programs. You'll see icons down here that have rounded rectangles around them. Those mean that that icon is active. So here I have two notepads open. In the Explorer icon I have two tabs open. But if you look at the calculator icon, there's nothing around it. That's because my calculator isn't active right now. I don't have it open, but maybe I use it every day on a daily basis, so I have it pinned to my taskbar, and it will always stay there. It's just one click to open, and that brings it up. If I want to unpin it, say, it's a program that I'm no longer using, I can unpin it from the taskbar, and when I close it out, it disappears. Now I can go back and easily re-add it at any time by opening it up and pinning that to my taskbar. So now you can see, even though I've closed out of the program, it still remains. Taking a look, we'll take a look at some of the one-touch, one-click features in Windows 7. So I'll open up Notepad 1, and I'll open up Notepad 2. So Notepad 2 is a lot bigger than Notepad 1. What if I want to compare the two? Say I had a list of things in here and I wanted to see them side by side. Previously, you'd have to manually configure the windows, and one of them would always slip to the back, or you'd have to print them out. Windows 7 has a snap feature that if you click at the top and move it, what's actually nice is that it'll resize. So if I click and drag it up to the top, it's going to make it bigger. If I click and drag it down, it's going to make it smaller. So it really makes doing full screen a lot faster without having to go over here all the time. So I'm going to make it smaller. And then if I do want to compare these two, notice how I drag Notepad 2 all the way to the right, and it automatically snapped to this size. I can do the same thing with Notepad 1, and it perfectly sizes them so that your screen is split. So then what I can do is say that I just want to look at Notepad 2. I don't want this Notepad 1 over here distracting me. I can click, and shake, and it goes away. Shake it again, it comes back. Just one of those things, and it doesn't take a lot to do it. Just clicking and holding. Now if I want to get rid of my whole and view my whole desktop at once, there's a little long rectangular button down here. Click it once and it makes your desktop go away. Click it again and it brings your programs back, which is one of the good things. Here is your desktop. So what you can do, you can see everything just like Windows Vista. It's got your desktop, your downloads, your computer, the system folders. But notice that unlike Vista, occasionally if you try to click on your system folder, it would always prompt you for security. They've really improved the user access controls or the built-in security. So a lot of the security is still there. You're just not getting alerted all of the time. One of the other things that's great about this toolbar is that you can personalize it. You can lock your taskbar. You can use small icons if you think you're going to be, putting a lot on here. Personally, I like the larger icons. But one of the things that I don't like is how that jump list or the taskbar is on the bottom. I like mine on the left-hand side. So here, even if you click your start button, it's going to make it just the same. It's not going to change that at all. And I like this because it's closer to where the Show Desktop button was in XP Pro. But hey, that's a personal preference. You can also change it to the top or to the right-hand side. For today, I'll leave it on the bottom. Another good thing about customizing the taskbar and start menu is that you can actually select what's going to happen when that user presses and holds the power button on the workstation or on the laptop, whether it shuts down, whether it just switches users or logs them off. So we'll leave it at shutdown. One of the other things that you can do in the taskbar is that you can add different toolbars. My favorite is the address. So here you can type in any web address and it'll open here in Windows Explorer. So if we see here right now, I have Bing opened and I also have the Microsoft web page open. What I can do is if I want to open a tab here, I can do it here and just type in what I want. Or what I can do is I can say, I think I'd like to go to the AccuNet website. Now you could see that it popped up because I'd been there before, so it did an auto fill in. And you'll see that it added that third tab. So now I have Bing, Microsoft, and AccuNet. Going here, I have Bing, Microsoft, and AccuNet. And I can switch in between either through down here, or I can switch between all of them up here. I can completely close out of here. So you'll see that there's no longer the rounded rectangle, so I don't have it open. Let's go back to Bing. If I want to go to Bing, I can do that. And now it's just going to open that website and make it active again. So I didn't even have to click down here. It was truly my address bar is built into the toolbar, which is one of those, one click. The less clicks, the better is really what Microsoft was going for in this. So those are some of the features that are in Windows 7 that I did want to get a chance to demo for you today. If you have any questions or you'd like more information on Windows 7 or Office 2007, please give me a call, 614-899-9900, extension 123. You can also email me at krogers, looks just like Kroger's, at accu.com. I'd be more than happy to take you through. You can connect to my computer and we can walk through some of the Windows 7 together and discuss whether, if you have an XP Pro network, if you have some Vista machines, what to look for, hardware recommendations, and if the computers you have will support Windows 7, I'd be more than happy to do that. Again, thanks for attending today's Windows 7 demo.